Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be my episode 4 review of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Some crazy stuff happens in this episode and it was definitely one of my favorites. So you guys know how I structure these reviews. I basically talk about each individual character that made an appearance in this episode. So first let's talk about Bucky because he had a really great character moment at the beginning of the episode. It's a flashback in Wakanda where he is the White Wolf and they're basically trying to eliminate the brainwashing that was done to him as the Winter Soldier, and they say the trigger words and nothing happens, and he is so happy that he starts crying. And it was just a crazy character moment just watching him witness that he can no longer be triggered into the Winter Soldier. And since the series really focuses on his PTSD as the Winter Soldier, just witnessing him realizing that the curse has been broken was just such a good moment to watch on screen. And Bucky is becoming one of my favorite characters in the MCU just because his story is really good. It's a straight up redemption story, and this scene was one of my favorite scenes of the Winter Soldier ever, and it was nice to see the Wakandans again basically show up trying to arrest Zemo, and it was really cool to explore the motivation behind Io, who was the bodyguard of King T'Chaka, and she basically feels like she let down Wakanda and her king, and that alone is just great motivation to go after the guy who did it, which is Zemo, and I'm really excited to see where her story goes, whether she ends up killing Zemo, locking him up, or forgiving him. I doubt it's going to be forgiveness, but it's just a really intriguing story to have like a Wakandan bodyguard going after this villain while the heroes are working with this villain. So it's obviously going to start a bit of conflict, but anyways, now we've got to talk about Sam. Now this episode, he didn't have too much to do, except he had a really great moment where he's talking with the leader of the Flag Smashers, who's Carly Morgenthau, and he's really relating to her and seeing why she's doing what she's doing. And it was just a really great moment to have the two characters, a good guy and a bad guy, just sit down and talk things through without fists being thrown. And I kind of got the vibe that the Flag Smashers are sort of going to be a good guy by the end of the series and probably help take down the US agent who is John Walker. But essentially Sam in this episode was like that middleman who can relate to the bad guy but he's also a good guy, and none of the other characters could have really done that, so Sam had a pretty big part to play in this episode. And along with that, we got a lot of screen time with the Flag Smashers, which I definitely think was needed. It's just really cool to see their whole perspective on this whole situation, and they really think they're doing what's right, which I love when the villains just think so strongly behind their beliefs. And like I said, I don't think they're going to necessarily be like the big bad by the end of the series. I definitely think they're going to team up with Sam and Bucky and help take down the big bad of the series, which is going to be the US agent. But they definitely do some shady stuff, like they're making super soldiers, they're killing people. And speaking of killing people, Carly actually kills Lamar Hoskins, which is the US agent's right-hand man and one of his best buddies, and that just sets him off. But I guess before we talk about what he does after the murder of Lamar Hoskins, we should probably mention that he got his hands onto the super soldier serum. Yes, Johnny Boy finally got it, and he is very powerful. A lot of people were thinking that he maybe even got a dose of it earlier on in the season, just because of how strong he was. So just imagine what he's going to be like with the super soldier serum now, because he is just kicking down doors, kicking people through walls. Then the big moment in the final scene of the episode where he just murders a Flag Smasher was absolutely brutal, and there was like 100 people with their phones out recording this whole thing, and that just shows you what kind of character he is. Like, we got a little bit of hints of aggression throughout the series, and especially at the beginning of this episode, and then it just looks like that was intensified with the super soldier serum, because as soon as a Flag Smasher killed his friend, he just went berserker mode, chased one of the Flag Smashers, and just absolutely murders him with the shield. And the fact that everything was caught on camera is going to cause a lot of chaos. People might start to realize that the super soldier serum is still out there, and that the new Captain America is a murderer. And this was just a really great character moment for John Walker, because in the comics he is a bit of a villain, and this was just the tipping point. Like, this is what really just set him off the edge, that's going to make him into that villainous US agent character. And I was waiting for this moment. I had a feeling it was going to happen in this episode, that he was going to get his hands on the serum, take it, and just get super aggressive. And what do you know, he did, and it was everything that I could have hoped for. Big turning point for that character, and he is definitely going to be the villain for the rest of the series. I think Carly is going to team up with Sam and Bucky now that one of her Flag Smashers was killed by this Captain America, and this is going to make some crazy drama for episode 5 next Friday, and I'm all for it. It's going to be a pretty awesome episode. And also, how crazy was that scene where John Walker just stands there with the shield just full of blood? He looks pretty crazy in this scene. Like, he literally looks like a lunatic right now, and this just might make him go crazy, you never know. But yeah, really great episode episode overall, guys. This was definitely one of my favorites. Great character moments for pretty much all of the main cast, especially Bucky, the Flag Smashers, and John Walker. I just cannot wait to see him go like berserker mode with the new strength that he has, and I'm sure the government is going to try to cover this all up, and maybe even help Sam and Bucky try to take down John Walker, you never know. And I just can't wait for the last 2 episodes now, because this ending of episode 4 is going to make those last 2 episodes just action-packed and just absolutely crazy. So guys, leave a comment down below of what you guys thought about Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 4. Like I said, I had a great time watching this, one of my favorite episodes hands down, and I can't wait for episode 5 next week. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe. Lots of Marvel content is coming to the channel. Oh, you fuck. Other than that, I hope you guys all have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next one.